Hello, my beautiful Geminis. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome back. If you've been here before, my name is Priscilla Bernstein. I'm a soul alignment specialist, and I'm here to help you alchemize every area of your life so you can be in alignment with your soul and your soul's purpose. This is going to be Gemini's April reading. These cards are bigger than the ones I've been working with. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful start to your April. Please make sure to watch your rising and moon sign as well. And remember these are generalized readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm channeling for a collective of people, so we never know. Sometimes really personal readings come through, but if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so down below. All right, Spirit, what do my beautiful Geminis have to look forward to this April? It's like, what's my question? All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's see here. Fertility and wisdom. So this is the Hierophant card and the Empress card. So, what I'm getting here, which is really interesting, is some of you Geminis may be looking at your legacy or starting a family, or are in the midst of creating something, birthing something new into your reality. But there's almost this need of a reconnection to tradition, to your ancestors, to maybe the way something was done before, so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's something really deep. You know how she's holding her hands right around her belly? I'm getting this sense too, where I'm feeling this like really deep pull into like my guts. And a lot of times when I get a feeling like that, it's like needing to go back through the lineage to possibly either heal something or to retap into the strength and the power of who and what came before you, so you can activate and utilize that. Usually with the Hierophant card, it's talking about tradition. It's talking about like religion, or, you know, following a certain set of rules, but I'm not getting quite that. Like, I'm not getting you have to tap into religion, but there's something here. You see how this book is glowing? It's almost like it's already been written, so you don't have to rewrite. You don't have to rewrite it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel here. There's something in your lineage that you can tap into that will give you the answers that you're needing to help you create whatever this is that you're trying to birth into reality. And even if this is you tapping into your legacy and creating a family, just know that there is a foundation that has to be had first. And that foundation is not only a healing within your family and your family lineage around any sort of toxic behavior, any sort of traumas, any sort of, you know, things that you are not wanting to continue on in your legacy, but also ways of being, in the sense of, you know, is there something that has been passed down through generation to generation that needs to stop with you, right? That needs to be looked at and ultimately like governed whether or not this is something that can continue. So there's a family over here in front of this house, and then we have this robed man holding a book, and this book is actually shining, not even so much the sun, the book is shining. And then we have this little creature underneath him, this little dog, right? And so what I'm getting here is almost like, if you're doing something like that, like where you're starting a family, or you're really working on, you know, developing yourself be ready for a new relationship and to be ready for the relationship that you're really wanting. There's this need, she's holding a broom here, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like this need to clean house, but it's not so much your physical house, right, as much as it is your emotional houses, the houses that live deep within your inner child, you know, your guts, you know, your inner child's deep within there hiding, you know, that's all where all the shadows are hiding. It's like going through the closet and looking at any skeletons in the closet that need to be brought up, that any healing needs to be done around, that any sort of family lineage stuff that needs to be looked at, so that way it doesn't continue, so that way it doesn't taint your relationship or the people coming into your life that are on their way. Wow, Gemini. All right. What are the lessons that Gemini is going to be learning this month? Thank you, Spirit. Yep. Okay. So here we go. So we got the base chakra reversed, and then we got the rejoice and celebration reversed. So maybe, Gemini, you've been either too much in your physical body and focusing on quote unquote this reality, and you're out of balance in your connection with your higher self, with your upper chakras, your heart, your creative center, your throat, being able to speak your truth and own your truth, and you've just maybe been in survival mode instead of in this like celebration mode, or you've been over celebrating and over zealous in the, you know, like sex department and like just kind of escapism or escaping. And then we got the choose wisely card upright. So there's a lot here, and there's so much coming in. It's like I'm almost getting a little bit of a headache. So if this is you on this spectrum, right, like I just named quite a spectrum here. So either you're in this like maybe escapism mode and you've been like disconnected from your higher self, from the quote unquote things that, you know, your soul's asking for, and you're really focusing just mainly on your, you know, physical experience and your physical reality, but you're almost like checking out. There's this need to choose wisely on the next steps moving forward, right? Because this isn't going to be, if you're in that camp, that's not really going to be where, you know, there is a house that has to be cleaned up, you know, there is something deep down inside that's wanting to come out of you, that's wanting to be birthed through you. But, you know, being in this kind of checkout energy is not going to bring that to fruition, right? So, this guy is here on this dock, like meditating, and then we have these two golden eagles or birds like taking flight, and then all these hands, you know, pointing in all these directions, and the still water. What I'm getting is there's a need to like slow down and really go inward to connect to your higher self, to connect to your heart, to connect to your soul, and to any sorts of guides and angels or the universe or God or whatever you believe in, source energy, infinite spirit, you know, whatever you're there, even if you don't really believe in anything, just like tapping into the quantum field and asking for some sign or something to come in to show you what's next, right? Because where you've been is not quite, you know, kosher. It's not quite up to par with what your soul is wanting. And then if you're in this other camp where you are maybe too inward, maybe you're a little depressed, maybe are too in your body and too focused on the reality and like sad and forlorn and feeling like you're trapped, there's this need, and are not celebrating anything, like if you're on the other end of that spectrum, again, this need to come into meditation, to still your mind, to become the witness, and to allow, you know, your higher self to kind of take flight and come in and bring you what it's needing, what it's wanting, and you know, trusting what's coming through too. And if you don't know how to do this, please reach out to me. I'm sure there's lots of videos on YouTube, but feel free to reach out to me. I do run courses around how to engage, how to channel, how to engage with your guides and angels, how to work with divination tools. I do have a divination course for this, so I'd be happy to run that again. I will be running it later this summer, but I will be happy to run that again and let you guys know when that's coming. So you can always leave a little comment or shoot me a message if this is something that you're needing support with. And also, if you are wanting a personalized reading to help bring more clarity, you can also book that down below. But we're not done with this reading, so let's see what else Spirit has to say. What is the guidance for my beautiful Geminis through this? Thank you, Spirit. Strength, and then triumphant success, and partnerships and alliances reversed. So you're going to need to really dig deep, Gemini. There's going to be some strength that you're pulling up from, some courage that's needing to happen in order to make these next steps, to choose wisely. And just know that there are partnerships and alliances that are going to be made, and you're going to make a triumphant success after this. But it's going to be a little bit of a process. There's like this courage, or this, when you think about a man turning into a lion here, it's like you're going from being a mere like man to being like animalistic or beast-like, right? Like the lion is the king of the jungle. They're not scared of anything, honestly, you know. And so, you know, as a human, we're scared of a lot of things. And when we're scared, and if we don't know what to do, a lot of times we do give our power away and we check out, right? And so this is all about claiming your power back, really rectifying and taking back ownership of what's happening in your life, what's playing out in your reality, because you are a co-creator of it. And knowing that you will have a triumphant success, and there are partnerships and alliances. Your soul tribe is out there. You just have to start inviting them in. You have to stop hanging out with the people that you're hanging out with that aren't in alignment with your soul. And you need to take some time alone. And then when you get into the right vibration, when you start calling in your soul tribe, they'll just show up out of nowhere. You'll go to the grocery store and run into somebody and start talking. I was on a walk yesterday, and I was on a trail actually by the river, and I ran into this woman. Our dogs were interacting with each other, and I said, "Oh, you look like an actress." And she started rambling off all these movies that she had been in, and I was like, oh, you are her. Okay. You know, so things like that will start to happen where, you know, like then all of a sudden you're exchanging numbers and you are hanging out with this person and you're like, oh my God, I feel like you're my soul sister, or like a soulmate. And like, I was just needing to get out of that vibrational frequency or that energetic state I was in with whoever else I was hanging out with, and find some time alone and get into the right frequency so I could attract you, you know. The universe works in miraculous ways. So just know you guys have so much support behind you, and you will be successful through this. I love that. All right, and then what is the overall energy that my Geminis are navigating? Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, all right. This is a big one. Temptation reversed, and then rest and rejuvenate reversed. So your overall energy is this need to come out of the temptation, the need to come out of the superficiality and out of the kind of like hedonistic, like check out, you know, that dark area that you've been in. This may not be for everybody. This may not resonate with everybody, but we all have vices, right? We all have energy where we feel sluggish and down. There are days when, you know, if we're women, if we're PMSing, you know, we may feel like a slump in our energy and like we don't want to do anything. And so we just, you know, stuff our face and sit and watch Netflix and sloth all day, you know. I mean, whatever floats your boat, you just can't stay in that for too long, right? So you need to get your body moving. You need to move out of the temptation of the lower vibrational energies that are going to keep you stuck, and rest and rejuvenate, get back into nature. There's this it's almost like you've been resting and rejuvenating, but almost like taking too much time in these like quote unquote earthly pleasures too. And there's this need to like get moving and like take action and like get the ball rolling and put some propulsion forward. Let me see if I can get a clarifier for these. Can I get a clarifier? Oh, yep, thank you. Yeah, material harvest and truth. It actually came out like this. Material harvest reverse and truth, which this is a wands suit. So that's action, the 9 of wands. It's like you reap what you sow, and it's time to take action so you can have a harvest. It's time to plant the seeds so you can have a harvest. There's been too much of this kind of downtime or pleasure time that needs to be walked away from, and new action needs to be taken. You need to align with the truth of who you are, of what you're here to do, of what this thing is that your soul's asking to be birthed through you, and then reconnect back to your ancestors. See what needs to be cleared out. Okay, that's that, Gemini. Let me pull a animal spirit card now for you all. What animal spirit will best serve my Geminis this month, please? Thank you. We got firefly and mouse. So yeah, you need to be your own source of inspiration. You need to be your own source of light. Nobody's coming in to save you, Gemini. I'm sorry, this is kind of a tough love reading today, but no one's coming in to save you. You've got to be able to be your own source of energy, your own source of light. You need to believe in yourself. You need to rectify that internal power, right? That power card, that strength card. You need to get that momentum going again. And you can't be in this meek, meager kind of like silent place. Like you need to kind of go out and get what you need, but work in silence. Mice are very, very smart. They're very cunning, and they move in silence. They move at night, right? They move in the dark. So you don't want to be this meek, meager thing and like not know what you're doing, but you need to go after your food. You need to go after your harvest. You need to go after what you want, but move in silence. You don't have to tell everybody else what you're doing. And it's probably better that you don't, so you don't have any naysayers. You know, if you're needing to separate and move away from some people because you're going through a big spiritual awakening, then just distance yourself. Just say, you know, I'm not feeling like hanging out today. I'm gonna go take a walk instead. Or, you know, text them like, I'm just not feeling up to, you know, hanging out this week. Like, let's catch up next week. I need some time alone. Like, be honest, you know, but you don't have to be mean about it. Just be honest. All right, now I'm gonna pull an oracle card for you. See if there's an oracle message. What message do you have for my Geminis, please? All right, thank you, Spirit. All right, dance with life, and yes. Oh, all right, so it's saying just say yes. What I'm getting, this came out upside down, but what I'm getting is this is just say yes to your soul. That's it. You don't want to say yes to anything else that is not aligning with what your heart desires at this moment. If you are, if you check in with yourself before making every decision, this is, I mean, from everything, from eating the meal that you eat at lunch or dinner or breakfast, or this is to go out with friends and have a cocktail, or this is, you know, what to do with the next hour of your life. Ask, what would love do? What would my soul do? And just sit and ask and see what comes through. Trust what comes through and do that, okay? And then dance with life. Do something to change your energy. There is a big shift that's needing to happen here, and a lot of times when we move our body, that helps to move energy. A lot of times dance is really great because it gets you, it creates a state change. It awakens your nerve endings and all of the cells in your body, and you can feel yourself kind of tingle. You can dance and scream and jump about and like jiggle around and, you know, have this really, you know, kind of sporadic and like wild experience, but then everything feels awakened and you've had a complete state change. So breath work is really great as well. And anything you can do to shift your energy at this time is really going to be helpful for you this month. Okay, and the last card I'm going to pull for you, Gemini, is going to be a moon card. So what energies do my Geminis need to be in? Gratitude. I think, Gemini, what I'm getting is you've been too focused on like the negative that's happening, or too focused on the physical reality of what's being created and you don't like it, or you're just wanting to check out from it or kind of move away or hide from it. But you need to have gratitude for what is working and not focus on the problem, but focus on the solution, focus on the bigger picture, focus on where you're going, and start to take the steps to move you in that direction. Okay, Gemini, I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry this was kind of a tough love reading, but make sure to watch your rising and moon sign as well to get the fullness of what the rest of the month holds for you. And if this was helpful, please send this to another Gemini, share another zodiac sign with your friends. Make sure to subscribe, because whoever subscribed is really who I'm like pulling energy from and channeling. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. All right, happy April. Peace.